You're listening to Coach Talk with your host, Coach Ayisha and friends, who offers personal development coaching and advice to get you from where you are in your life, business, and career to where you want to be. Here's your host, Coach Ayisha.
All right, peace and greetings to all. Welcome to Coach Talk. I'm your host, Coach Ayisha. If this is your first time listening, then thanks for coming. You can find all of today's show notes at www.coachtalkshow.com. Be sure to add us on social media as well. All social media links can be found in the show notes. So let's get started. In this episode, I am conducting a coaching session with another life coach who will remain anonymous. This episode is great for coaches and other individuals who are lacking motivation in starting their coaching business or any kind of business and don't know where to start. You can use the questions I ask in this session and the conversation itself to help motivate you and create action steps. Between my coaching and the great ideas this coach is having, I believe that you can benefit from this episode. Listen to this coach go from an unsure, low tone to a high, energetic tone and ready to move forward with an action plan for her coaching business. All right. Hello.
Hello.
All right. How are you today?
I'm fine. How you doing?
All right. Great. So we are here today for a coaching session. And before we get started, how's everything going with you this evening?
Everything is going great. I've been feeling really, really good lately, and I have no complaints. I just, started a new job, so that job has been very rewarding for me. And so I've been really, really excited about that as well.
Excellent.
Yes.
So that's a good thing.
Yes.
All right. So let me just ask you, because, we're here to help you. Let me ask, what are we sitting here in this session for today? What would you like to accomplish in this session today?
Well, one thing that I definitely would like to push forward in accomplishing is my own personal business. I really do want to start to initiate some goals to where I'm being completely self-employed. And I'm finding that with my own coaching business, it's been a little bit stagnated, and it hasn't been progressing the way I would like it to. So I have a lot of great ideas that I haven't really put in the forefront. I'm starting to believe it's part of my procrastination because I have the tools, I have the accessibility, and I have the people who are interested, but the push has not been there, and I find it, kind of withering away.
I definitely, I understand that. Okay. And so when you say that the push, what kind of push is it that you're looking for?
I would say that I'm not motivated as I was when I initially started the whole business. I was very gung-ho in the beginning. I created a website. I started networking. I had people who was very interested. I got a lot of phone calls, people inquiring about some of my pre-start packages and things of that nature. And I even obtained 2 or 3 prospects. I have 2 now. That I do coach, and I'm finding that I'm the one least keeping up with some of the goal plans. They're very, very understanding, but I have a big fear of unmotivating, not being motivational enough for other people because I'm not motivated. And I guess because I have my own life to worry about, other things of my own personal interests, I haven't took the time I needed to take into being passionate about the business that I started.
Okay. Let me ask you, at the time when you were feeling passionate about it, what was going on in your life at that time when you were feeling passionate about it?
Well, At the time, I was at a job that I wasn't satisfied in, and I wanted to be self-employed. And when I realized that coaching was a passion that I had, and a lot of people even made the suggestion that I would be great in that field, when I went and got my certifications and then I started to proceed and getting the websites up, I really did see this wonderful future in being self-employed. And so I was passionate about it when it first started, but that usually the case with me. I kind of start things full speed ahead, and then it kind of, slows down after a while. It's still
Okay.
something that I'm very passionate about, but I feel like at some point I need to find some sort of motivation and dig deep again, and I'm not really seeing that right now presently.
Okay, so like when did you start to fall off? Do you recall when you started to fall off?
Yeah, I think I recall falling off somewhere around the time when I said, you know what, maybe I need to find a different job than I initially had, the full-time job that I initially had, doing something that's a little bit more rewarding for me. So I started to go and start to seek another type of job, and I did. When I seek that job, I got kind of satisfied and comfortable where I was, but I still didn't want to leave my goals where they
Mm-hmm.
you know uh
Mm-hmm.
and I really don't want to work for someone for the rest of my life, regardless of how rewarding that job is right now. But I sort of got comfortable, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that's primarily the word in a nutshell. I got comfortable being where I am.
Okay, so basically what I'm hearing you say is that when you were fed up at the other job, it motivated you more to start your own business as a
Mhm.
coach.
Yes.
And now that you are not as, stressed out at this new job, it
Right.
becoming a coaching, starting your own business hasn't been the forefront of th- things to do, on your
Right.
to-do list.
Right.
Because you're happy, you're comfortable where you are. Granted, you
Yes.
do want to start your own business, but
Right.
you're comfortable right now. So I get
Right.
that. Okay.
Yes.
All right, that makes sense. All right. So what would you like to accomplish by the end of this session?
Well, more importantly, I believe that I just want to probably start to create um, some kind of goal that's going to push me towards that momentum in getting things progressing again. You know, uh,
Hmm.
that's pretty much would be where I would like to start from, because if I can start from there, I'm sure I can hit the ground running. It's just that um, I've kind of lost sight of what those goals would be to continue to progress the business, and now it's like I'm kind of lost as to where to even start. You know,
Okay, so are you looking more? I know you're looking for both, but are you looking for more of a push, like motivation, or are you ready to start putting a plan of action together to move forward
right?
with your business?
I think it would be a little bit of both. I think that with maybe sort of recreating a whole business vision would motivate me. You know, so if I see the opportunity differently, I think that would motivate me to get things started all over again. Because from where I'm standing now, I don't really see much of a progression. But I think that if I kind of reevaluate that business plan, or maybe the type of people that I'm targeting, or what I want to add into my business to get a better flow, if I kind of start those goals, I believe that may motivate myself as I do that.
Okay, all right, that
Yeah.
sounds good. Do you have any other, like a support system in terms of your business, your own personal support
My
system?
own
Someone,
personal support
yes, like
system.
somebody or people or individuals, family, friends who is a support system, not just for your 9 to 5, but
Right.
for your business. Because, sometimes when we have a support system, but sometimes, they don't understand the starting of the business aspect,
Right.
and they push you more towards just sticking with your 9 to 5, sticking with that, because this is what you need, type of thing. Do you have that support system for someone to push you in terms of your coaching business?
Yes, of course. I have my fiance. He sort of gets on me daily about some of my goals and asks me, what were you doing? What are you doing now?
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of push him off as well, let him know, like, yeah, I'm getting around to it. So he's definitely a support system,
Mm-hmm.
but I kind of, unmotivate him as much as motivate myself, because I've been sort of pushing it off and being procrastinating on the things that I initially started. So, yes, every single day I wake up to the question of, well, what's up? What are you going to do? What are you doing
Mm-hmm.
now? So the support system is definitely there.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm just curious, outside of work, because I know that you're working, and I know like
Right.
a 9 to 5, that can be a lot. Do
Right.
you feel exhausted after work? Is it like taking your energy that you need to put into the business?
Yeah, I mean, I do quite a few other things aside from it. Like I said before, the spoken word. I have so many different satisfying things going on around me, but I feel like I'm being a little bit selfish here, because the job is supportive. I mean, not supportive, I'm sorry. Wrong word. The job is rewarding, and then my entertaining is rewarding for me, but I want to reach out and help people. So I kind of start to put myself first and say, you know what, I'll get around to that. But right now I have the show to go to, or right now I'm at work. So I kind of pushed it further and further down and keep pushing my initial dream further and further down the road,
Mm-hmm.
and just been just living life and like a person, just, just regularly living, but not really focusing on what I started out to do.
Okay, okay. What I want you to do for me, I want you to just relax for a moment. And what I'm going to do, and I know that you know this technique, and this is the miracle question. It's a part of the solution focus.
Okay.
And I want you to just really just relax for me. I want you to suppose that tonight, after we get off the phone, you go to bed and you go to
Right.
sleep as usual. And then during the
Right.
night, a miracle happens.
Right.
And the problem of your lack of motivation, the problem of not having an action plan and not moving forward, the problems that you're having in terms of moving forward in your business has
Right.
vanished.
Mhm.
And this issue that concerns you, any issue that concerns you, is now resolved. Okay. And this
Okay.
is all happening while you are asleep. So you don't know that this has actually happened. But when you
Right.
wake up, obviously the miracle has happened. And so when you wake up tomorrow, what will be the first thing that you notice about that this miracle, showing you that this miracle has happened? What
Mhm.
if you were in your ideal life? And I'm not just
Mhm.
talking about career, I'm talking about period.
Right.
What would be the first thing that you notice when you wake up?
Well, I will be completely excited because I know I'm going to work for myself, you know?
Okay.
And
Mhm.
I'm going to go to work for myself. I know I have an agenda. I know that I have people that I'm helping, so I know that I have an agenda, a calendar full of people that I'm going to see and work with for the day. So I'm completely excited about that. So I'm eager, and I'm getting up and I'm getting my day rolling.
Okay. You said that you know that there are people that you're going to see. Okay, so
Yes.
I want you to remember that this is your miracle. Okay,
Okay.
this is what you really want. If this is what you really want in life, and there was nothing stopping you,
Got it.
nothing, no money, no nothing, just a complete miracle given to you by God.
Right.
Okay, so who are these people that you're going to see? And what are
Well,
you going to see them about?
well, I would like to reach more of a vast amount of people. So I'm getting together a network event. I'm getting together a group of women, group counseling, group coaching. Sorry, and we're speaking about general topics that I'm passionate about, that they are passionate about transitioning, and I'm just getting a group of women together and starting a process of coaching. So that would be the perfect look for me. If I can get up every morning and be able to help a few women, one, two, or group, preferably that's what I would be doing when I wake up the very next morning. Preparing my calendar to go meet up with these women and discuss ideas for healing and transitioning and becoming very self-sufficient and happy in their lives.
Okay. So, in your miracle, right? You have woken up and you are preparing yourself to meet with people, with these women.
Right.
Are you meeting with them in a group or are you meeting with them one-on-one?
In a group, preferably. Only
No, not preferably.
in
What
a
are
group.
you
Yes,
doing?
in a group. In a group is what I'm more passionate about. In a group, I would be meeting with these women in a group setting.
Okay. And what is this group about?
This group would be mostly about topics about relationship, family, um, helping more than one woman about transitioning from relationships of domestic violence, divorce, um, things of that nature.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, so now you have, you're up and you're excited. You're ready to go. You go. You conduct your event. What do you do after that?
Well, after that, I want to be able to help with resources. If there's anyone I can help tie other people together. So the networking is very important because we all got to help each other. So maybe I can tie two women together and someone is beneficial in helping the other one, and we can sit together and be able to talk about helping each other. Find different types of resources that these women can go to be able to get the help that they need, whether it's information as small as family court or as big as immigration, documentation, helping people just transition in their lives, because a lot of women come from very estranged situations, but they don't know how to progress. So I want to be able to help these women progress in their lives, but to be able to provide these resources so the business would function all throughout the day, being able to help women with anything, lawyers or things of that nature.
Okay, and so are you doing this? Where are you doing this at? Where are you located when you are doing this?
Well, that's exactly what I want to get a venue. I want to be able to have a place, an office, or something of that nature, so people can be able to come to me.
I'm going to
Because
interrupt you. I'm going to interrupt you.
sorry,
Where are you? Tell me where you are when you are conducting your
I
event.
am I am in an office setting, with a big office space setting, where it's a building with a first floor, top floor with different rooms for individual coaching, and a bottom floor. It's just a lot of space so that we can gather around in circles and be able to talk and communicate.
Okay, so you have your own, what sounds like to me, a small, and you can correct me and call it what you want, but it sounds like to me like a woman's center almost.
Right.
Um,
Absolutely.
okay. Okay. That sounds excellent. All right. So good. So are you doing anything else in your miracle? Are you doing anything else outside other with this, other than this, outside of this? Are you doing anything else throughout your day?
Uh, I wouldn't say that I can see anything is more rewarding as that. So no, I would. I mean, I'm certain that would be exactly as satisfying as I see it right there, being able to help women, and I'm sure that would be a full day helping women. Other than providing something during the weekend for families, which would, if I can have little shows for the family, poetry session, some type of therapy, massage therapy, Reiki, natural remedies going on, something for the family, little events, plays, but to have a center where not just women can gather, but the family can gather as well.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
So now this is your miracle, and you're excited in your energy. It sounds good. So of course you have other people in your life. What will other people notice about you
Oh, they would
now that you
notice.
are living in your miracle? Sorry. Mm-hmm.
Oh, they would notice my elation. They would notice how happy I am, how fulfilled I seem, going about my day, and how satisfied the fact that I've actually done something that I set out to do,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
instead of sort of just getting by. I mean, I appear to be happy anyway, but that's living in mediocrity and straight
Mm-hmm.
comfortability. But then they would just see an awesome change of excitement because I'm doing something that I finally set out to do. You
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And who will be with you when you're doing these things?
Well, I certainly would love to have my children part of this endeavor. Make it as much as family as possible. Part of my family to be part of that family as well.
Okay, okay. All right, cool. That's good. So now you sound very excited about this. You sound like this is something that you really, really want to do. And in your miracle, and the reason why I asked you that is in your miracle, you didn't mention much about like one-on-one coaching in this. So are you feeling a lack of motivation in the one-on-one coaching or doing the one-on-one coaching and tending to one person at a time, or is it just the overall coaching in itself, even with the group coaching?
Yes, well, I find the one-on-one coaching because I do have a few clients right now. One that I work with a little bit more than others, but what I found about why I'm not have not been motivated by the individual coaching is because I found it uh, to been a little bit trying for me right now based on my scheduling. So when it's time to meet or speak with the person by way of any type of communication, phone even, or personally, it gets a little trying for me, because the time, is time consuming, and I don't mind helping the individual. Sometimes I find myself, when I do speak to this person, going a little bit past my coaching session because it is rewarding for me, but I can't really perceive me being able to do that several times. One, two, or three is way more than enough for me, but it's not going to be financially rewarding, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I would have to have more if I'm going to do individual coaching for it to be financially rewarding. So I would prefer having the group because I can reach a vast amount of people other than just one or two. I found that having the individual coaching has been, kind of really hard to keep up with based on the fact that I do have quite a few things going on in my life right at this moment.
Okay. So now in terms of your miracle and the things that you're doing in terms of helping women and just in that group setting, just in general, can you think of times when you are like it could be either in the recent past, in the recent weeks, where you have been able to do that?
The group the group
Just
coaching session.
not just group coaching, but
Right.
anything in terms of your business that
Right.
you want to do that makes you feel good about what it is that you're doing or
Oh,
what
wow.
you want to do.
Oh, yeah. Well, I believe that some of the creative ideas that I've been coming up with certainly has made me feel really excited
Mm-hmm.
about pushing forward. And also the rewarding part of speaking with the clients that I do have about how excited they are about the sessions, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing their apparent progress based on the
Mm-hmm.
conversations that we're having. So that's rewarding for me. So I know I'm not, I know this, is a step in the right direction because
Mm-hmm.
I'm apparently doing it right with the few that I have, you know. So that's pretty much what has been, seeing those kind of come to light.
Okay. All right. So let me just ask you on a scale of 0 to 10, and this is in reference going back to that miracle that we were talking about, right?
Right.
On a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being the overall outcome, that miracle,
Right.
you in your women's, I don't want to call it a women's center. Please tell me what it's called.
Well, it would be a women's center. It would be a coaching center, a women's center. It will be
Do you
pretty
have a
much
name
just
for
that.
it? So, on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10
Hmm.
being you running and operating,
Right.
and a 0 being absolutely nothing at all, where
Right.
are you on that scale?
Oh, I would say I'm at a really cool 3.
Okay, that's
Yes.
great. That's
Yeah.
good. Okay, you're at a 3.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, so what have you done so far to get to that 3?
Well, the fact that I've started at all, I'm guessing, got me a few points here because,
Okay.
it, I can really recall some moments in my past, and I don't want to think about the past, but moments in my past where I've started something and I just didn't even, it was a cold start and stop from the
Mhm.
very beginning. So I have the clients. I'm passionate about it. I speak to these wonderful women all the time. They look forward to the sessions, you know. So I give myself a 3 because I have begun it. Now I want to build the platform to make it greater, you
Okay.
know.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's what I need to work on.
Okay. So you you need a platform because what you want to do, essentially, is you want to have these programs, right?
Right.
These group coaching programs.
Right.
So, is there a way that you can start having these programs in a group format now? Like, if
Hmm.
you decided that you wanted to start a small group
Right.
in 30 days, is there
Right.
some way that you can actually make this happen?
Yeah. And that was it's a really good question because I kind of got a little premonition that to be able to begin this process, I might have to start out by renting a small space, renting a small venue.
Hmm.
Um, Kind of advertise a great idea to get everybody to come, maybe a networking event or maybe even a show event where we are discussing topics about relationships that will really get women kind of sparked, to come and at least listen. And in this session, I can start the process of, you know, gathering a group of women for discussion. And when they are passionate about this topic, because I know they will be passionate about this topic, start to create the avenue to do it monthly, but then, creating a group package for women to keep on coming back to be able to start to discuss these topics and help each other. So, and I wanted to spearhead off of that feeling, getting all these women together and we all talking about topics that we're passionate about, and then sort of getting the group counseling working from there.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, knowing that, and this is what, you would like to do, what is the first step that you would need to take to begin to move in that direction?
Hmm. I would believe that start by looking actually for the the locations and the small spaces to rent, even if it's for a day, because there's a
Right.
lot of small venues out here who wouldn't mind, letting you pay for the space for a day, 4 hours, five, depending on, what time of, what day in the week it is, and it won't be that expensive, and then once I actually found the space that is ideal for everyone to be able to get to, and then I start the process of the flyers, and then having, pushing that out and getting people to actually come. Initially I just want to get the women together, and then I will be able to advertise the idea for group coaching when they
Okay.
all are in present at the very moment, because people don't mind doing the individual coaching, but are kind of shy away from that, the prospect of having to sit among other women and discuss their deepermost feelings.
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
but I'm just hoping that once, the topic is stirring and the women are getting a rise out of what we're discussing, and everybody is passionate about it, they will see it as being very rewarding and would like to come back and do it over and over again.
All right. Let me just ask you or give you, and you can tell me because this might not be something that you are interested in at all. And don't say, yes, just because
Okay.
I'm mentioning it, but it's just a thought that I had.
Okay.
To begin a little sooner, have you ever thought about doing like a call, like a group call where you have
Yes,
everybody on the line?
absolutely. That would be great. I I gave it a thought before, because I see people do it all the time, prayer calls, but this would be more of a coaching call where women can call in and speak about their feelings about relationships. And absolutely, I think that would be a great idea to start off with, you
Mhm.
know. So at
Mhm.
least for the meantime, get the calls to come in, and if it kind of grows, then if you can reach, then I know I can reach outwardly and go and start to get a spot where everyone can kind of meet and greet. But the call would be a
Mhm.
great way to start.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just a thought. Just because I'm thinking, like, if you want to get started, if you wanted
It's a
to
great thought.
keep the momentum going and get
Right.
started right away, that would be a little
Right.
easier because you wouldn't have to worry about paying,
Right.
rent somewhere, at least until you know that this is something that people are really going to be interested in.
Interested in. Right. Absolutely. You're right about that.
Okay,
You're right.
okay, okay, cool. All right, so now what is the first step that you're going to need to take right now? Like, what is the first thing that you're going to do to move towards your miracle?
I want to kind of sort of write get things down on paper, because I'm kind of a visual person when it comes to starting my process of my goals, and then initiating them one step at a time, because I think I've gotten to be a little bit all over the place recently when it
Mhm.
comes to my business, and that's what stagnated me, and got unmotivated. But I want to get the process to put it down, like where I need to start from, and start to work outwardly towards a greater, you know,
Well,
greater.
where do you need to start from?
I, I believe that, I just need to from to start at figuring out how I would get all these women to be able to get together. So even if the call is a great idea, I think I'm gonna start by creating a wonderful topic, and then kind of networking it through social media, and by word of mouth and all these other things, and get the women to call in,
Okay.
and then we'll start from there with having just a wonderful conversation about
Okay.
the topic. So I believe I want to write down some of my initial ideas, what the women are passionate about, what they want to talk about, and get that down on paper first, and then do the call.
Okay. Do you already have a group of women in mind, or is this like you have to go out and seek these women? What is?
I do have a group of women in mind. I have, just by way of the people that I, met through my, the poetry, they all are very passionate as to when I'm going to get things started or have some kind of event going on. Because even when I had my shows were healing because I had shows about relationships. So they really enjoyed themselves at this show. So now I want to build a more, less of an entertainment atmosphere, more of a healing atmosphere, So the people are there. They're just waiting for me to tell them when, tell them when, yeah. But I don't want to just have them call and I'm sounding like I'm rumbling on. I definitely want to do my research. I definitely want to be able to help women, not just for them to call on and rant about how their relationships ended or the great ones they're starting, but more or less having a process of healing and resources to turn to if they need any help to go, to reach out to.
Okay. So you want to put together a program, basically.
Right.
You want to find a really good topic, right?
Right.
You want to put together a program where everyone can discuss their issues that they are having.
Right.
And then by the end of that program, you want them to be able to walk away with a if not an action plan, but at least a step that they can do, something that they can leave off the call with and go take action. And so that they can be able to come back the next week.
Yes.
And discuss it what their progress was. Right? So I think, and this is just from experience, I think that this is just an idea and I'm throwing it out there to you.
Okay.
What you can do is you will create a topic. Of course, first you need to, like you said, you need to do your due diligence. Goodness gracious, I can't speak. You need to really find out what everybody needs help with. Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then what you will do, you're going to create 2 programs. Well, you're going to create one big program, first of all, right?
Okay.
And this program is going to have steps to helping your clients for them to help themselves. Or it's going to be a process. But you're going to offer them this one call. And on this call, you're going to allow them to do just what I said. They're going to be able to talk about their issues. But... And you don't want to have it too big, the call to be too big, because you don't want to go overboard and, be really long. But by the end of that call, you are going to have helped each and every one of them to leave off that call and begin to make progress, begin to make steps. So much so that they're going to want to come back the next week. They will have to come back the next week so that you could continue to help them.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So... by the end of that first free call, you're going to offer them a paid program.
Right.
You will get them to that call, and by the end of that call has to be so powerful that they will want to join your paid program.
Yes. Right.
Okay. Now, if you have a call with a lot of people on it, then on that particular call, you're going to want to teach. You're going to want to teach on that call. You're not going to want to have everybody come on that call and talk about their problems. You're going to want to teach, and you're going to want to do such a powerful training that they're going to want to come back for coaching. Okay? Because you can do it 2 ways. You can do it where you have a few people come on and you do it in a group coaching format, or you can do it when you have a lot of people come on and you do it in a training format.
Totally understand.
Well, whatever it is, by the end of that call, it has to be so powerful that they want to come back and they want to pay you to sit in another group.
Got it.
Where, that is, if that's something that you want to do, I think that's the best thing to do.
Yes, that is exactly where I'm looking to go. It's something very, very powerful when everybody can kind of feed off of each other's energy about making progress in their lives. So I think it's going to be a very powerful call. So I definitely want to get that rolling. Yes.
All right. Good. So that looks like that's your first step that you need to do is write down, I guess, start doing some brainstorming on, the topics that they will be passionate about. Now, do you have any obstacles that might get in the way of you beginning, at least when I say obstacles getting in the way, and I mean just getting in the way of you being able to start brainstorming, start writing down and brainstorming? Are there any things that you foresee that might get in the way of you actually uh, completing that task
No, I
within
can't.
the next week, within this week?
No, I cannot see anything getting in the way of that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay, so do you have someone that can like help you with the brainstorming or hold you accountable?
Yes, my fiance definitely would, especially if I tell him that I'm ready to get started and I'm passionate, as just as passionate as I ever was. He's definitely been my rock when it comes to creating topics anyway, because we speak a lot about relationships. So he will
Right.
definitely be the person that I can go to and say, hey, do you think this is a great idea? And he would be able to tell me whether it sounds great or not. So I definitely do have a great support system. I'm gonna look to him, and I know he'll be able to help me push forward.
Yeah, if you really want to do this, if this is something that you really want to do, and I know that you said you were lacking motivation, but
Yes.
I want you to also think about, well, what will happen? Because we know that these jobs, we know how they are. They always
Mm-hmm.
start out good, then you start getting stressed out later.
Right.
I want you to think about that. I want you to think about this job is not forever.
Right.
Put
Right.
that in your head that this job is not forever, and you are going to be in the same place that you were
Right.
again 10 years later down the line.
That's
You're
right.
going to be stressed out, and you need to
Yeah.
remember that. So that's one thing. Two, make sure that you really look to your fiance, because it sounds like that he is very supportive,
Yes.
and have him hold you accountable,
Okay.
for these things. Let me ask you, if you were to accomplish this, right?
Right.
If you were to really accomplish this and what would your life be like? What would change for you?
Well, I believe it will just really change my whole outlook on really myself and how I kind of stick with, things that I initially set out and dreamed to do. It would make me feel so validated and rewarded because I'm doing what I want to do. I'm doing what I dreamed on doing.
Mm-hmm.
And not just sitting there watching it from like this really sweet distance, but now I'm touching it. It's mine and I'm in it, and I'm helping people, and I'm living that dream that I do really see myself doing and have dreamed myself doing on more than one occasion.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So,
And,
yes.
and your like your just your life overall, your family life, like
Yes.
would that
I
make
mean, it will help. It would be a great impact only because they will see the joy that I have. It's not
mm-hmm,
just getting up and I have to go to work because I have to punch a time clock, and I will be able to spend more time with my family
mm-hmm.
and things of that nature. And they will be right there with me if I have to go to work, because
Right.
now I'm setting the rules. This is my business and this is what I choose to do,
Mm-hmm,
whether I decide to go in or not. But it will definitely help,
mm-hmm.
with the family. Definitely. I don't have enough time for them ever. I would really
Mm-hmm.
love to
So
create
you
that.
would have time.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And so that was my next question. What if you didn't do this? What if you didn't do the work that you had to do to start your business and you just stayed with this job where you are now? What will life be like for you then?
Well, I certainly don't want to be uh some women that I've seen retire over the years with my old job, and I've seen women who stayed with the job for 30 years, and I went to their retirement party, and I found that to be one of the most saddest things I've seen, because they worked for an agency for 30 years and they had no
Mm-hmm.
identity outside that establishment. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
They weren't them. They were a worker. They were someone else's pawn to, wealth. And I said to myself, I won't be that person. You know what I'm saying? I will
Mm-hmm.
not be that person. You know, what had me start a whole new job is because the bills got to get paid. But I got to that job and said, okay, this is comfortable, but I do really want and have a drive to work for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I. I won't find any other greater joy than that until I get to it. You know, I definitely am even more passionate in this phone call because I know I can do it. You know?
I know you can do it. You have, just listen, you have, let me tell you something. You were built for this, okay?
Yeah.
And you know that. You have the skill, you have the art. This is you. This is who you are. And I think that you were getting complacent with the fact that, you know, you have a job, so you just, you know, you're cool now, but
Yeah.
this is you. This is who you are. I watch you. You know, I
Yeah.
see you have a following. There's women who they need your help, and they're coming to you and they're asking you to help them. You're not like most coaches that have to go out and really, really market. You have people who are knocking at your door asking you. You need to take that, and that's a sign. You know, you have people knocking at your door, literally asking you to help them, and so you need to help them. That is what you are supposed to do.
Yes, yes. I know it's a calling. I know it's a calling, and yes, you're right. And I have to follow in it because I know it is a calling.
Exactly. And so here's one other thing I want you to do. It's a little project. You know, I don't know if you have time to do it. Maybe you have your kids help you do it. Why don't you create yourself a vision board? Like, seriously, if you want motivation.
Yeah.
You create yourself a vision board, right?
Okay.
First of all, have the vision board, and you can, what would you put on this vision board? You can put, you know, women who need help on one side, and then on the other side, these women have flourished. They have been helped, and you can be in the middle. You have helped them.
I would love that. I gotta do it. A vision board. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm excited about that. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about that. I actually visioned me doing a vision board. It sounds crazy that I visioned me doing a vision board, but I did. And I was like, why wouldn't I? You know, I've seen this before, and I've seen some women speak about some people that I aspire to look up to, speak of a vision board. So why would I be so silly as to not follow in the steps of these very powerful women?
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? And a vision board was part of their life. So yes, that's like, it makes perfect sense.
Yes, it does. And it could be a group project. It's something fun. It's something for your kids to help you with. You know. Yes, I think that was another thing that I wanted to tell you was that the vision board. That's a form of motivation. I think that will really help you, and to keep that when you wake up every morning. You know, you see that vision board. You see that when you wake up, when you go to bed. You know, so this will motivate you. Okay, good.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. All right, so let's see. So by next week, do you think you will at least have some topics together, or like how quickly do you think like how much time do you think you need to actually brainstorm and get some topics together?
Well, I would like a week. It takes me no time to write down great ideas. That's one thing. I mean, I can definitely do that, but I want them to be with substance. I want them to be juicy. I want each topic to have a spin-off, because everything can always go in a whole nother direction. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be prepared for those directions with So yes, it's going to take me a good week because I want it to have substance, and I want it to be able to, you know, be very, very alluring for these women to be able to speak and then bring them outside themselves. I want these topics not to be vague, but to be able to bring them outside themselves as well when they're speaking, you know.
Okay.
So these topics definitely have to be passionate, you know, so I'm definitely going to put those down. Yes.
So now just speak to me and tell me, what is your overall goal right now?
Yes, overall is to start the platform of my coaching business, but the type of coaching business where I am doing a lot of group coaching, and I'm bringing women to an atmosphere of togetherness so that they can kind of feed off each other and help one another, and then build and create the resources to be able to help these women for the long term, and not just having just a little, a kind of session where they rant. But I want to be able to have, ultimately, in the end of all this, aside from just getting the calls to come in, but eventually to branch out and have a center that women can come to and be able to enjoy themselves in. I want someone to be at home one day and say, let's go to the Revine Center. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And do this mommy and me shop, or let's go for art classes, or let's go for, some massages, or let's go. I just want to have this atmosphere where people aspire. They put my center on their calendar for a Saturday to come see me or come to the center, because it's a fun place. It's a fun place to be, and it's a place of healing and togetherness and, a community. You know what I'm saying? That's
you hear
what
yourself?
I want. Yes,
and
you hear me get excited.
Yes, you get excited. I love it. I love it. Okay. So your overall goal. What is your next small goal right now? And your small goal, not the action step, that action step that you're taking right now by writing the topics, what is that action step to? What is the goal that's leading to? That the small goal, the smaller goal.
The smaller goal is to get the women together.
Okay.
That's a small goal.
Okay.
Because not everybody is happy with, no, I'm wrong. I got to say the right words here. People shy away from meeting new people. They're uncomfortable with bringing other people in their life. And particularly why I'm more passionate about reaching out towards women is because women in today's society has been catty, have not been wanting to really reach out towards each other, help each other. You know what I'm saying? And we need each other more than anything now, at this point in the stages of our life. And I'm finding that there's a lot of women who know that. So I do have a group of women who's ready to get together, but I want to bring more women in. You know what I'm saying? I want to take those wonderful women who knows the value of helping another sister, you know what I'm saying, and then reach out towards those women who have been so shielded from, letting another woman help them. So I want to bring that atmosphere together. So if I could reach one, if I could reach two, I've done a great job. So I want to reach more every single time. And if that means speaking about a topic that, women kind of keep to themselves over, whether they had a relationship that didn't go right and they're home and alone and they're afraid to speak out about it. But if that's going to bring them to me so that they can speak about it and they feel good about it and keep them coming back, that's what I need to do. So ultimately, the small goal is to start to build the comfortable platform to get these women together so that they feel comfortable with one another so they can start helping each other.
Okay, and you're going to create a vision board. How soon do you think you can do that? Like, really, realistically.
Girl, me and my kids gonna break out the crayons. We're gonna break out everything this weekend. We're gonna breaking it out, okay? I'm gonna get my board and we're gonna get started. I'm gonna have to make their own. This gonna be a little project for us, so we're gonna be excited. We're gonna be excited. It's gonna be fun. So that's something for us to do this weekend and have a reason to bring out all of the glue and glue sticks and stuff. So they're going to enjoy that.
Okay. I love that. Yeah. See, I don't know if you changed your environment or if but you really sound excited about this. And that's great. That's excellent. And so I just want you to just give me an affirmation, something that you can use, because you was talking about that motivation. So I'm trying to just help you with the motivation, all of the motivation part, the motivational part of all this. So is there some type of affirmation that you can use, say, every day to yourself that will motivate you?
Well, I am a wonderful coach. I am a healer. I am a great communicator. I am a sister to many, I am ready. If that's any type of information, I am
Mm-hmm.
ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's, oh goodness, I could go on and on, but those are the most important ones.
Okay.
Yes, yes,
All right, all
yes.
right, all right, all right. So that sounds good. So you need to write down your affirmations. That's something that you should do right now. Write down your
Okay,
affirmations. Like really write them down.
I
Don't
will.
just wait for your vision board, but
Right.
write them down now and just know that this is something, say these things to yourself. All right.
Yes.
So how do you feel about this session? Right. How did you feel
I'm
about this session today?
excited. I'm excited. It's unfortunate it's nighttime right now. And break out the vision board and write the questions. And I mean, I love this. In a nutshell, that's all I need. Sometimes I feel I need from, maybe another female. And I got that from you today. So I want to thank you because, I have my significant other, but it's not like having someone certainly in the same position as I am in terms of coaching, but a sister who can say, listen, what are you doing? So that felt good. This session felt wonderful, and it did motivate me. So I want to say that.
Thanks for listening to Coach Talk. Be sure to check out our website at www.coachtalkshow.com for previous podcasts, show notes, links, and more. This has been a Universal Coach Center production. Join us next time for another edition of Coach Talk.